we take a break from the bad screen and we look at the good screen. Is that really our motto? Is that really...
That's what you came up with. That was all
That
you.
was the plan?
That was you.
Welcome to the good screen, where we watch movies we never saw. Well, not this week.
That's not true. Welcome to the good screen, home of the good screen.
Yeah. I'm Russell.
I'm Lauren.
And today we are kicking off... Oh, God. Today we are kicking off a month of John Wick. I don't know how the
Baba
fuck...
Yaga.
I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this. But we're going to watch all 3 John Wick movies. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go see the 4th John Wick movie. And then we're going to talk about that the Monday after it comes out. So that's the plan for the whole month. I'm honestly kind of hoping that we do a few double.
It'll depend on my work.
It really will depend on your work. We need to schedule out some stuff after we get done here. But first, Lauren, what have you been enjoying on the good screen this week?
I have not been enjoying much.
Really?
Well, let me...
Okay.
I did start playing Animal Crossing New Leaf again. Because it's a game you can pick up and put down rather easily.
Okay. Like a 10-pound
so,
weight.
Yes. Like a 10-pound weight that I've been carrying around for 5 years. 6 years.
You know that game's 10 years old.
Yeah. Crazy.
You were a late Animal Crossing bloomer, though.
I was. I got my 3DS like a couple years after it came out. I got into everything kind of late. But that's okay. Because I wasn't able to get my own 3DS or anything until I was like 16 or so.
What year was that?
2015 or 16.
Okay.
Because I bought it off my brother's friend. But anyways, my work is very hectic, but it's been kind of slow this week, and so I was able to find some time to play Animal Crossing.
Cool.
At work, because it helps me decompress.
That's good. Is that allowed at work? Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Well.
As long as it's not busy.
So is that really... This is the first week that you've been coming home late and, well, not super late, but like late from work.
I get home around 11 or 11:30.
Yeah. You don't sound any different. You don't sound like you've been getting home around 11:30.
8 o'clock is my new 5:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so nothing after you got home or nothing like in the morning?
I did catch up on The Last of Us.
Okay. I think you talked about that last time.
Well, I'm caught up again.
Caught up again. Okay. Still very good?
Yeah, still good.
There's an episode tonight.
There is an episode tonight. I will be watching it.
About an hour. I'll probably be up too.
You should catch up. Well, I could always watch it tomorrow.
Game. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I really do not care about
whatever.
this TV
We'll watch
show.
it then. And I played like half an hour of Ishin.
You said that last time too.
Fuck.
Yep.
Well, I haven't played any more yet. Maybe I will tonight. But I was going to play Stardew Valley with some people from Disky Disc, so I don't know.
Were you?
I was thinking about it, because I canceled my plans last night, because I wanted to play Minecraft with my brother.
You had plans last night?
It was very last minute. I literally asked them, who wants to play Stardew, and then Danny said, do you want to play Minecraft?
And then you said, never mind.
And then I said, never mind, let's play tomorrow. So I guess I've been enjoying Minecraft. I played Minecraft
you played Minecraft last night.
brother.
You learned how horrible it is to set up an account on PlayStation.
I just had to make a new PlayStation, or new Microsoft account.
That's so weird. Okay.
I had to buy Minecraft for like the 20th time in my whole life.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing during your breaks at work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy to say about any of them.
Am I supposed to?
No.
Do you know something I don't?
No, I have no clue.
Baseball.
Baseball's back.
Baseball's back. Russell and I had a really nice afternoon last week where we put on a baseball game and we both fell asleep. It's the best time of the year.
Yeah,
it's baseball season.
I think we want to mention that on the last episode too.
Oh my God.
But baseball season is back in full swing.
Yes, literally.
Yep, full swing, like the bats.
Like a swing.
Like the thing they do with the bats. Yeah. The spring training is in full effect. By the end of the month, we'll be in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably have a little something to report every time. We follow the Blue Jays primarily because they're out of market and we can watch 90% of their games, I'd say. About over 163 games or whatever.
Especially this season because they'll be going everywhere.
Oh, yeah, they go everywhere.
It'll be less often that they're actually over here.
No, it'll be about the same.
You don't think?
I don't know.
Because everyone's playing everyone at least once.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different season.
Yeah, and they have the pitch clock now too.
Pitch clock, bigger bases. You can't do a 4-man outfield.
Oh, the bases are bigger now.
Yep.
Oh, why no 4-man outfield?
Because it was changing the dynamic and people.
Was it making it too hard?
I think, and I'm not huge into baseball. Like, we're casual baseball fans.
We're very new baseball fans.
Yeah, we're very new into super following baseball.
Yeah.
But I think that they didn't want the 4-man outfield because they needed more hits.
Mm.
And last season was very much either it was a home run or it was someone caught it.
Yeah, there weren't very many errors in the outfield, and I guess you're right. Now that I think about it, everything that went out of the outfield was pretty much caught.
There weren't a lot of doubles or triples.
It's pretty boring.
Because if they would throw someone back if there was a heavy hitter or something like that. Anyway.
So they're trying to make it a little easier, but also a little faster.
Yeah, they're making it faster. I like the pitch clock, but a lot of people are upset about it. I
like it so far from what I've seen in the couple of spring training games we've watched.
The games fly by.
They fly by. It also doesn't feel too different.
No.
Personally, they still wait till the last 3 seconds to do the pitch.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit faster.
A little bit.
So, yeah. Baseball season's in effect. So, yeah, baseball, we have the most to say about that. That's kind of our shared one, I guess, this week.
Mm-hmm. What have you been enjoying?
I went back to Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You have.
I was influenced by social media because social media said the Switch came out 6 years ago.
Yeah?
Like earlier this week or last week, I guess.
I forget. Did I buy my Switch when it first came out?
No, you bought it like almost 2 years later. Anyway,
okay.
So I was like, I should really go back and get all the shrines. I never got all the shrines in the game.
No.
Breath of the Wild is like my ultimate like back burner game where I'll go back and play it for maybe like a half hour, an hour, like every 6 months.
Yeah. You've played more than a half hour, an hour in the last couple days.
Oh, I definitely have. I was decided this is the time.
Don't you only have one shrine left?
I have one shrine left, and I'll go into that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I only had like 9 to go when I booted up the game.
That's
this
crazy.
Weekend. And
there's just too much to do in that game.
There's so much to do.
I can't.
And every one but the last 9 shrines I found and completed without looking up a guide. And I decided it was just time. I was going to look up a guide. I found some crazy stuff. A few of them are really cool. Mm-hmm. And I'm at the last one. And unfortunately, one of the very last shrines that I found was the one that you have to have.
You have to be naked.
You had to, yes, you had to be naked. You have to be naked on like a platform during a blood moon. And I got a blood moon right before it. And it's like my last shrine, so I'm like trying to think of like, I had to look up like what the frequency of the blood moon is, and I thought it was like
mine is once a month.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yes.
I had to look up the frequency, and I learned something new about the game when I did this. I was talking to you about this about you. I was talking to you about this in the car earlier.
Yes.
So the blood moon I thought was like every like 4 or 5 days in the game, or every time it was a full. I thought every time it was a full moon, it was a blood moon. And what happens during the blood moon is all the enemies respawn, and all the like minerals and stuff respawn too.
Yeah, it's genius.
But actually, what the blood moon is it's a cache reset for the game, and you can trigger it. It only triggers if it needs to. So like if you go around, fight a bunch of shit, and collect a bunch of shit, and go to different towns, the likelihood of you getting a blood moon is higher. And there's a possibility that one might trigger in the middle of the fucking day if you do too much on the map.
Yeah.
So I also found out that it happens after 2 hours and 30 minutes of continuous playtime without pausing or fast traveling. And I didn't want to do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to get that to happen. I killed a bunch of guardians and I collected a bunch of stuff on the map. It's still not fucking happening, and it's the last shrine I need to get.
Yeah.
I did all the other shrines because there were 3 more to go, and I did all of them. And so I'm almost there. But yeah, Breath of the Wild, very good game. Very fun time.
Yeah, many people cite it as game of the century. So
I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely a very unique game. One of the only good open world games, in my opinion. There's too many that are just like Harry Potter and checklisty.
I was going to say, how do you feel about the world itself?
Well, the general criticism for people who don't like it is that it's empty, and I'll be quite honest, it is not empty. There's always something to do, or explore, or look at, or a town. Going back and playing, I didn't feel like it was empty at all. And I didn't even get on my fucking horse.
Yeehaw!
It's all about discovery, especially when you first start the game, because you don't even have the whole map. And you gotta get the towers. And then from the towers, you might see a shrine. And then you go to the shrine. Then you can fast travel there. And every shrine you go to, you might get stronger. Or you do get stronger eventually. So I think it's a good payoff. It's a good back and forth. Is it a good Zelda game? No.
It depends on what you define as a Zelda game.
Yeah, it's definitely a new spin on Zelda.
Yeah, because I have been listening to. There's another podcast that we listen to called Into the Aether.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
And they just put out a bonus episode about Ocarina of Time. And having not played this game, I'm listening to it, trying to become cultured. As per Russell's request.
You understand people really like this game.
Yes,
right?
I know that there's a lot of hype behind Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
I'll have to play it for myself one of these days to figure out why.
Play it on the 3DS.
I know the plot. I know what happens.
Remember when
the most part.
I was playing it last year? We're talking about another Zelda game completely now.
Yes.
I was playing it last year, and I got to the part where he picks up the sword and becomes an adult Link.
Yeah.
And I look at Lauren, and I'm like, Lauren, look at this. This is like huge. And she's like, oh, yeah. Cool. She didn't get it.
No, I don't get it.
But
I know that this is like considered by a lot of people as the best Zelda game. Like this is what Zelda is.
One of the best games, period.
Period.
It has like a 98 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
From like before the internet was like,
existed.
I don't want to say before it existed because that doesn't make sense because Metacritic's a website on the internet.
I know. Yeah, we all know.
Before people were who they are on the internet.
Yes. Like I get that it is like the epitome of video games, and it's like the holy Bible.
The holy Bible
of video games. It's what everyone worships. It's what everyone references in their own games in one way or another. There's so many mechanics that apparently they just pulled out of a hat, and now it's in every video game.
Yeah.
Like they're specifically talking about enemy tracking was something that they just
Z-targeting
invented. Yes. And
targeting
now it's in every
enemy.
game.
And yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I at this moment in time don't understand why Zelda is the way it is. I don't get why it's such a big franchise.
You'll get it one day.
Other than the fact that a lot of 30-year-old men really enjoy it.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what?
That's who enjoys it.
Yes, Lauren, a bunch of 30-year-old men enjoy, and women, okay? This is like... This game is also like the girl gamer game.
This is the game that gamer girls play if they want gamer man dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is but anyway, so back to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild.
Going back to the one I have played for like a couple hours,
Yeah.
but then got too overwhelmed and stopped playing.
Breath of the Wild is not like any other Zelda game.
No.
And it doesn't have the dungeons. It doesn't have the collectible items.
That's why a lot of people like it, but it's also why a lot of people hate it. Right?
Yeah. It's a new direction, and I think it'll change when. I don't think they're going to keep this format forever.
No, I'm actually really curious to see what they do. Because I know they're doing like the Breath of the Wild 2, but I'm curious to see what they do after that. Because they can't all be open world now. That would just be boring.
I feel like this is going to be like the. Well, these games are really hard to make. Can we just go back to making like the regular ones, and then they'll make a regular one
that I kind of did always want to play for no real reason whatsoever, except I liked the way Zelda looked in it.
Like Zelda looked in it? Which one?
Twilight Princess.
Oh.
I always wanted to play that one.
That's a good starting one.
But there's never been like a remaster or anything.
There's one on the Wii U.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't have a Wii U.
That's okay. I was just like hoping that maybe they would remaster that for the Switch with like the graphics of the current game.
You and everybody else.
Apparently
and
so.
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
You know that one, right?
I have seen the art of it because it looks very different from everything else.
I'm surprised you don't want to play that one. You know what's a good one that you can play right now on the Switch? Minish Cap.
Who?
It's called Minish Cap.
Oh, is that the one with the bird?
With the bird hat.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you would like that one.
Okay.
That follows the Zelda formula.
Is that Wind Waker?
It's Wind Waker style, but it's not it's way before Wind Waker actually happened in the timeline of Zelda.
Oh, the timeline.
Yeah, don't get me started on
that. The
Zelda
timeline is almost more convoluted and messed up than the Pokemon timeline.
Yeah.
It's very weird. I've tried watching video essays explaining the Zelda timeline, and I'm like, why does it matter? But also, it's interesting.
It is interesting. I used to have that book that explained it. The book.
Yeah, the Bible.
The Zelda Hyrule Historia.
Why don't you have it anymore?
I think I sold it. But yeah. Wow. But yeah, we are talking a lot about Zelda. So that's what I've been enjoying on the good screen is Breath of the Wild, and I might start playing. I might start playing Elden Ring soon. Mm-hmm. So get ready for that. Lauren is going to be away working this weekend, and I'm going to be out of the house. Mm-hmm. And Lauren works late, so I figured it might be a good time to start playing Elden Ring, but only if it goes on sale.
Okay, within the next week.
No, I mean I'd like to start playing it soon, but like within the next couple weeks or so.
Okay.
I think it might be time.
When's the next Steam sale?
I don't fucking know. Probably spring. Anyway, so that's what we've been enjoying on the good screen. We might as well move along and start talking about our main subject of the show this week. Actually, hold on. I didn't even check YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Any comments?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Before we start...
So unprofessional.
Nope, that's YouTube TV. Nope, hold on.
Wrong
Before we start talking about... I don't think I have it on my iPad. Before we start talking about the movie this week, which is John Wick, let's look and see if anyone commented anything on our last video.
Okay.
We got one comment.
Ooh.
Hold on. It is from Edgar_13R.
Okay, hi Edgar.
It was on our Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind last week's thing.
Yes.
Hi, I think the comment that disappeared on the previous episode may have been mine. Looks like comments people leave are randomly being... Hold on, I had to click it. Are randomly being deleted on YouTube videos. Anyway, I listened to all your episodes, and so far you've had some cool guests, including Elvis. Good job so far. Happy belated birthday to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Edgar.
Very cool. Yeah, we need to have Elvis. We need to actually watch that movie and have Elvis on.
Apparently, Austin Butler couldn't get rid of his accent.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And still is struggling with it.
Oh, man.
Did you know? I told you this about Elvis, but did you know when he died, he had like 30 pounds of shit in his intestines?
That's insane.
Because he always had really bad digestion issues, and that's why when he got older, he got a pot belly. Not because he drank, but because
there was poop in there.
He was full of poop.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's why he was on the toilet. He was trying to poop.
his last words were, "I'm going to the bathroom to read."
Yeah. Crazy.
Well,
I bet he had a bathroom book in his hands.
he did. He
Yep.
created the bathroom book. Okay, so let's change gears. Let's take a little break. And by little break, I mean I'm going to get a glass of water and sit back down.
Okay.
Let's take a little break, and then when we get back, we will start talking about Jonathan Wick.
Okay.
Okay, we're back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to be talking about John Wick, everyone's favorite action movie.
It is very good.
Full disclaimer, I know this show is about us watching movies that we haven't watched before, usually.
Mm-hmm.
This is not one of those movies.
We have both seen the first one. I have not seen the second or the third one.
Okay,
So
that's good.
it kind of counts.
It counts for you.
It counts for me. And then neither of us have seen the fourth one.
Because it's not out
It's
yet.
not even out yet.
Yeah, exactly. So, because Lauren has to like every movie that I like, I'm
I have
holding
no
a gun to her
choice.
head and saying, "You better like John Wick, or I'm going to get him.
Are you going to get John Wick?
I'm going to get him to come here, and he's going to say, yeah, I'm thinking you need to watch my movies,
That would be amazing.
Lauren."
I wish he would.
But yeah, John Wick himself. So,
Mm-hmm.
are you ready for a little bit of information about this movie before we
Yes.
start talking about the movie?
Do we want to give a synopsis first? Did you write down a synopsis from IMDb or Wikipedia?
I can just say it. This is one of those that I can just say it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
John Wick is a retired assassin whose wife dies
Mm-hmm.
and gets him a puppy as her last gift to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets involved with a gang by accident.
Well,
and
his
they kill,
previous experience with this guy.
right. But they don't know him.
The ones that.
Yeah. And they go to his house and kill his dog and take his car.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes apeshit on him.
Yeah. The end.
Yeah. That's a good way. When we were watching this movie, I said, this is up for bros.
Yeah.
Like
During this
Pixar,
first, like, 10,
Pixar up.
15 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, this is just up for bros.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so John Wick was directed by Chad
Kroger?
Stahelski.
Oh.
This is the first movie he directed.
He did a fantastic job. Did he direct the rest of them?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
He was previously a stunt guy.
He was a stuntman.
He was a stuntman. He did stunt work for multiple different movies.
Oh, well, that explains why
Including-
the choreography and stuff in this movie is so good.
Yeah, when you do the work, it's kind of like, oh my God, I almost said it's kind of like being a chef and then opening a restaurant. But I guess that, that's the only way that can happen.
Yeah.
So he did stunt work for The Matrix, so that's his Keanu Reeves link.
Oh.
Spider-Man 2, there's his Willem Dafoe link.
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
Haven't seen it.
he was uncredited for Spider-Man 2, by the way.
What?
Yeah. The Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah.
just the good old boys. And The Crow. The Crow.
We don't talk about her.
No, the movie with Brandon Lee.
I don't. Oh.
Yeah, you know.
I recognize Brandon Lee's name. I don't know The Crow.
Okay, so Brandon Lee died during the shooting of that movie.
Oh, that was that one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he was the stand-in. Well, he stood in for him, and they did CGI to do the rest of the scenes before. Yeah.
I don't like that.
But he wasn't credited for it.
He wasn't credited for that either?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I thought that was interesting. If we
Why
ever,
isn't he credited for any of this shit?
I don't know. If we ever watch The Crow, we'll go into more detail about that. But it's crazy. Just look up The Crow, and then you'll see like Brandon Lee death, and it's like
Yeah.
what? It's crazy.
He died during a stun, right?
Yeah, the gun was loaded, kind of like what happened with
Alec.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
But it was like just my bad, I guess.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
really
know.
going after Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it's because nobody likes him.
Yeah, he's not very funny.
Anyway, this movie was written by Derek Kolstad. He also directed One in the Chamber and The Package before John Wick.
I have not seen those.
Did I say directed? I meant wrote. He wrote them.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen them either, but I've heard of One in the Chamber.
Okay.
But other than that, he almost exclusively worked on John Wick films after the first one was a success, and we'll talk about the success of John Wick in a little bit.
It's got like a cult following.
I wouldn't even say that anymore.
No?
The only movie that he worked on since John Wick that wasn't John Wick was a movie called Nobody, and that came out in 2021.
Nobody.
Yeah. But also at the same time, like, 2021 was such a weird, and 2020, I guess.
Nobody went to the movies.
Nobody went to the movies, so, like...
It went to flop.
It must have it either flopped or it went straight to video. Ugh. So, originally... Oh, I'm sorry, hold on, I'm skipping ahead. Derek Kolstad also wrote 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Did not watch. No,
I watched it. I thought, okay.
Marvel is very boring to me anymore.
And he seems to be the video game adaptation guy because he's working on a Hitman movie and a Just Cause TV show and a Splinter Cell TV show.
That's a lot.
For multiple different streaming services.
Wow. And
he's writing the live-action adaptation of Hellsing.
Oh.
Which was an anime.
Yeah, so. That's interesting.
Or a manga, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so originally this movie was called Scorn.
Scorn. It's too close to Jason Bourne.
Sure. And nothing to do. Scorn, Jason Scorn.
Jason Scorn.
I'm Jason Corn.
It's also just a single word like taken.
Yeah.
Too boring.
Yeah. So
Sleep.
I'm glad that they didn't call it that. So
yeah.
Anyway, the movie was originally called Scorn, but Keanu Reeves looked at the script and he said, "Hey, maybe we should just call it John Wick. It seems like it's all about him." And Derek was like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever, Keanu."
Yes, Daddy.
I wrote down here in my notes, it was a good choice that they did that.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that. Scorn would have been very boring.
Yeah. It had a budget of 20 to 30 million and had a box office run of 86 million.
I would call that a raging success.
A raging success. Expectations were really low because recent Keanu Reeves movies were flops. Like, really bad.
Like what?
Well, I have a few examples almost every year since The Matrix is over, which was like his last huge one.
Is
The Lake House?
Is Destination Wedding on there?
No, that was after John Wick.
Oh, okay.
The Lake House.
Wait, what year did John Wick come out?
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Lake House. Drama. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Terrible adaptation. The Private Lives of Pippa Lee. But don't even know what that is. Side by Side. That was a documentary.
Okay.
Man of Tai Chi. That was the first movie he directed. He directed
Keanu.
that movie. Yeah,
wow.
Keanu directed that movie.
Well, I'm sad that it flopped.
But it was a flop, a huge flop. And 47 Ronin, which I heard was good. It's like a Japanese folktale or something.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. So we talked about how in this movie... Oh, my iPad battery's low. Talked about in this movie how Keanu Reeves... or not Keanu. In the movie, John Wick's dog dies and his wife dies.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, in John Wick's real life, in Keanu Reeves' real life,
his wife did die.
It wasn't his wife, but it was like his long-term girlfriend.
Yeah, they never got married, but they dated for like ever.
They dated forever. In 1998, they had a stillborn baby, and then like they broke up for a little bit, and then they reconciled and then got back together.
Yeah.
And then in 2001, she died in a car accident.
It's fucked.
Yeah, and I mean, that was during the filming of the Matrix. I think they had to delay the filming of the Matrix for it and stuff, but yeah. So it's not exactly the same as the story, but I feel like they casted
Parallels.
the right guy.
Yeah, I've heard things about this before too.
I'll go on to that after we talk about the movie. I think that's my after we talk about the movie thing this time. Jennifer, her name was Jennifer Simi. I don't know.
That's what his
girlfriend's name was.
Yeah.
In like the late 90s, early 2000s. And that was David Lynch's assistant. David Lynch is a director.
Yes.
Anyway, John Wick was the biggest surprise of 2014 in movies.
What else came out that year? Do you have
Like
a list?
nothing. There was actually something in the Wikipedia article that said that like 2014 marked the first decline in the box office.
Oh, I guess
Like,
that's
movies-
when Netflix got really popular.
That's when Netflix was getting super popular, and people and Marvel was really
Yeah.
picking up steam.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, like if there wasn't a Marvel movie in, people weren't going to the movies.
That sucks.
Yeah, and that was
Marvel
pretty
ruined
much
cinema.
that was pretty much the first year that it was super apparent. I'm kind of seeing a trend now that we're going back into more of a. They're really trying to get movies like variety movies back in the
Yes,
theaters.
I was gonna say there's a lot more variety. There's a lot more not poster names in movies. I'm starting to notice a trend with that, or at least not super big poster names.
Right.
Like sprinklings, I guess if you will. Kind of like how in Knock at the Cabin Door, which we haven't watched yet, but I really want to, how it's like Dave Bautista and
then a bunch of other people.
Rupert Grint. Those are the only two.
Rupert Grint's in that movie?
Rupert Grint's in that movie.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I mean, Ron.
Ron Weasley. But anyways, other than that, it's like, you know what I mean? There's that. There's a lot more variety.
We talked
They're
about
not like quote unquote indie movies, but just a lot more variety and spins. A lot of really good horror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about how we were surprised that 80 for Brady was in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like, that seemed like a streaming movie.
I feel like 5-ish years ago, it would have either been straight to streaming or straight to DVD.
Even like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big push happening now in theaters, I feel.
Yeah, and honestly, like, after 2020 and 2021, I love going to the movies again.
I love going to the movies.
Even
I've always
though they're
loved going to
cold.
the movies. We bring blankets.
We bring the blankets.
We bring the banky. Although when we go see John Wick 4, the movie theater we're going to does have heated seats.
Yeah, we paid $20 a ticket for that
Woo!
shit. All right,
We're also
so
going the night the Thursday premiere.
Thursday premiere, but we will still have the episode out the following Monday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, John Wick was the biggest surprise of the year. It won the biggest surprise of the year at the Golden Schmoes Awards.
I never heard
I have
of
no
that
clue
one.
what the fuck that is.
Okay, well, I'm glad
It was also nominated for most underrated movie and coolest character in those awards.
Okay.
It also won an award for best fight at the 2015 Taurus World Stunt Awards.
I wonder which fight specifically it was.
I want to say it was either the opening fight in his house when he actually fought back, or in the club.
Yeah.
The club scene is iconic.
It is.
And Rolling Stone named it the last great action movie franchise. Might be a long shot. I mean, I don't think we're at the end of a new movie coming up. Like, there could be a new one, like a new franchise.
Yeah, we have yet
That's
to see.
a bold statement, but also Rolling Stone
It's Rolling
is
Stone.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
So
Who
have they
even
been
reads Rolling
relevant
Stone
in the last,
anymore?
like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, all they do is, like, update their top 100 albums every few years and people get mad.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. It's a bunch of people sitting in an office in New York City. I think in New York City. Is it? It doesn't matter.
Fuck if I know.
All right. So before I get into the last part, which is my long copy paste thing from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Lauren, what did you think about John Wick? Second time around.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen the first time.
You were surprised by some things.
I was. I
Yes.
think the first time I watched it, it was like on TV.
Right.
So it was either cut or I just wasn't paying attention to it. But I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I did think that some of John Wick's lines were a tad bit corny. But that's to be expected with action movies like this.
Right. Yeah.
I did really, really enjoy the choreography.
Yeah.
Which makes sense now that I know that the director was literally a stuntman.
What is your favorite moment of John Wick being cool?
John Wick being cool?
Yeah, being like a cool guy. Oh,
Sorry,
Jesus.
I dropped a pencil I've been fiddling with.
I'll take that.
Okay, thanks. Now you can fiddle with it.
Might take it to work. This is a really cool pencil.
It's a really nice pencil, yeah.
Sakura. Okay.
Anyways, my favorite cool John Wick moment, it was probably just everything in that
in
club
the club
scene. Yeah,
I
but my
liked-
favorite moment overall was when the guy was talking to the Russian mob boss on the phone.
Yeah.
The guy who we noticed, Russell pointed out that he was in the movie. Or not, the menu.
He was in the menu, yeah, the mechanic.
Yeah, the mechanic. He called the Russian mob boss and he was like, your son killed John Wick's dog. And he just went,
and took his car.
And stole his car and he just went, oh.
Oh.
And hung up. That's when he knew.
Like, that's
that he
like,
fucked up.
Honestly, like, if I would have come to this movie with, like, fresh eyes and didn't really know what happened, and just saw a guy in the rain on the cover just walking, I would have been like, okay, this is a movie about getting over grief. And then when that happened, I would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
What's going to happen now?
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of wish that I hadn't seen it before in tidbits because it would have made it more epic. But that's why I'm looking forward to the second and third one because I'm like, are they going to kill his second dog?
I don't think they can do that.
Don't answer that.
So...
Are they going to kill his dog again? Is that just going to happen every time?
No, his dog, so far, 3 movies in, is not dead.
Okay. That's good.
I don't know about the 4th movie, but...
We'll find out.
We'll find out. So yeah. My favorite John Wick moment in this movie was when he was walking in the club and, like, he got out of the bath area and the LEDs in the back, or he's chasing the guy in the towel and the LEDs behind him are, like, this, like, hypnotizing, like, circular pattern. And he's just kind of gallivanting. Just kind of, like, gallivanting or, like, Chad striding through the club with his gun, like, at his side, like, not even, like, pointing at anybody. And, like, there's dubstep playing, and I was like, this is a cinematic moment that they're going to study in colleges of cinematic moments.
That reminds me, time. I think my other favorite John Wick moment is the part where it's like 3/4 way through when Theon Greyjoy's friend is playing COD.
Oh yeah, he's like, turn it down.
Well, there's that, but then John Wick, you just see it like cutting to all the different people, but then it cuts to John Wick like saying like clear or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, got it. And he just shoots them all.
That was awesome.
That was a good part.
I did have some comments, I guess, before we go into it.
Okay.
Because I was kind of keeping notes at first, but then I was like, I'll just enjoy it. It did kind of bother me a little bit that he wasn't crying at his wife's funeral.
He's a strong man.
You can cry.
He cried at the end, I think.
He did cry at the end.
Dude.
Well, he cried when the dog died.
He cried when the dog died.
Yeah.
That's because that was his, like, breaking point.
Yeah. He's about to break.
It bothered you? He didn't cry at his wife's wedding. Okay.
Funeral.
I'm sorry. Whoa, funeral.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would hope that you would be bawling at my funeral.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awful.
Yeah. And also,
Not if I knew that you were getting me a puppy, because then I was like, no, I have to cry elsewhere.
I was also kind of baffled that the wager on John Wick's head was only $2 million.
I mean, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but for knowing, like, how big of a deal that he was and how much he did before this and how big of a name he has, it's like only $2 million.
Hey, that's enough, you know?
I guess it was for some.
For some? Yeah, it's just one guy.
What was the other thing?
Just wait until you watch the next movies.
Is it more?
I think it ups the ante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What was the other thing I really liked? I like how this movie kind of establishes its own inter-universe with, like, rules and respect and privileges and whatnot.
So, like, there's the first time around, like, I didn't really pick up on it, but it's the second movie that you really realize, like, oh, there's, like,
how integrated
a code.
it is. Yeah.
And, like, but they really do touch on it in this movie because that one woman killed someone in the Continental.
Yeah.
And she got blasted for it.
She did.
That's very important for later on. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Very important rule of the Continental.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So basically, just to summarize the movie in full effect, like, I guess we don't really need to do that.
What?
summarize the movie.
Oh,
completely.
no.
No, we don't really need to
No,
do that.
I mean, because there's, like, he was very respectful about innocent people, obviously, which
Yeah.
are just randoms.
Yeah. He's a ruthless mass murderer.
Yeah, there were rules in place. There was, like, currency that they had.
Currency they used.
There was, like, a whole underground network and things.
Yeah, like the cleanup guy. The
cleanup guy.
The police officer didn't seem
Jimmy,
to care.
Yeah.
I like that. That scene
That
was
part
really
was really
good.
funny.
I think that like set it apart. That and the fact that this movie like hardly didn't use any shaky cam, but like there were handheld shots that were just like quick.
I wish that I could have been in the theater when this movie came out during that scene where the cop shows up, because I feel like that would have been like a really like
a lot of like a good theater moment.
Yeah.
Like people laughing about. I didn't see this movie in theaters the first time. I got the DVD or I got the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray that's right over there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
And but I did see the second one in theaters with Will. Oh my god.
Was it legit?
There's a scene in that movie that was so cool in the theater specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll ask you which one you thought it was next week.
Okay.
We might have to watch this movie separately.
Either that or we could watch it on Friday.
I'll be dog sitting.
Shit.
Yeah, we could just do it. No, we can't do it tomorrow. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, and I didn't see the third one in theaters either. We missed it somehow.
Oh, I thought you would have went with Adam.
No.
Oh.
I don't know why we didn't go. I think it just like came and went. Such a busy time. So yeah, there's a code. They follow the code. You don't really think about it too much in this one. And the next few movies, like that's all basically it's all about that. And what else? Do you have anything else to say?
I thought the color grading was pretty appropriate.
It was like sad.
Yeah, except for like that one part where I felt like it was more of an anger moment when he was driving the car, because then the filter turned more
yellowy. It was
yellowy.
like yellowy, yeah. And you were like, "Are they in Mexico?"
No, now he's in Mexico.
I'm
no.
like, oh. No, he's in New Jersey.
It was so stark compared to all the other scenes.
That's what it really looks like in New Jersey.
Yeah, yeah. No, if anything, there's more of a green haze.
And we noticed that all the cars in the movie were black. Yeah.
All the cars were black. Every car in the background, every car everyone drove and you saw was black.
Yeah, I think there were a taxi or two, and they were yellow, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But like that's a taxi.
Yeah.
But like every car in the movie was black. So like. I don't know.
Except the wife's car.
Oh my god, the wife's car was white. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Good
astute
good
observation.
Eye there. Yeah.
Oh, and you didn't notice at the beginning, but when he was making the coffee and stuff,
he had two mugs and
the cup was still there, because you said that's a lot of coffee, and I was like, it was enough for two people, Russell. Her mug was still sitting there.
Awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I was kind of surprised her name wasn't Daisy, because there was already so much Daisy stuff around her. Her name was like Ellen or something.
Ellen.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was something like that. But like
it was Ellen.
Her mug was a daisy. The bracelet was a daisy. The car was white like a daisy.
White like a daisy.
The dog's name is Daisy.
Is the dog's name Daisy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh. That's weird. Maybe it's like a thing. I don't know. I didn't pick
It's
up
obviously
on it.
symbolism thing that's setting up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely just up for dudes. Lauren said Up is up for dudes, and I was like, no.
Up is up for dudes that are emotionally intelligent.
Up is up for everybody.
And not afraid to.
But like,
yeah.
This isn't like a movie that, well, I guess anyone would be like, oh, this stinks.
Yeah,
poor guy.
That's real poo-poo.
Yeah, they would look at what happened to John Wick and go, yeah, that's real poo-poo.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Yeah.
So, yeah. We recommend everyone I recommend everyone watch this movie. It's a really good, it kind of like got me into action movie, sort of.
It's a pretty good, if you're not super into action movies, I'd say it's a very good story-based one to get you into action movies.
It's a good modern one. If you don't want like super corny, like 80s, or like Roadhouse is one of my favorite ones, but that's super corny and gets really fucking wacky.
Yeah.
But Patrick Swayze's in it, so you gotta give it to him.
I haven't seen that one, so I don't know.
Okay. And Point Break. Point Break is actually, I think, on the same level. I watched this after Point Break because back in the day, I was a little more into movies when this came out than like games and stuff, because my trajectory was like I liked Uncharted, but then I realized that Uncharted is just like the worst action movie
as a game.
Or like just the like an explosive action movie as a game, but not like a really, really good one. And then I started watching like Collateral and Bad
I've been
Boys
wanting to watch Taken.
Taken isn't that great.
Well, I just want to see Liam Neeson.
Okay. Taken 1 is good, but when I was in high school, one of my friends, he was watching it in the auditorium one day, and he made a point to tell me, he's like, hey, check it out. Every time he shoots his gun, the camera just goes straight to the guy that he shot. Like, it cuts to the guy he shot. And I could not unsee it. Every time I watch a movie, it's like, bang, boom. Like, in John Wick, like, it's across the hall, or like...
John Wick is also very
through the
clever.
guy. It's super clever.
Like, there was that one part specifically going back to the club where it's like the person's foot was sticking out, so he shot the foot.
Yeah.
And then the guy leaned forward and then he shot him in the head.
Yeah, and like, he's so smart. Like, when he was in the church... He's so smart. When he was in the church and he started shooting up the church, which, just another day in America.
Yeah, another day in New York.
He
shot everyone except the old lady.
Right.
And everyone else had visible tattoos, so that's how he knew they were in a gang.
And he just immediately went for the guy up in the balcony after he pulled out the gun.
Yeah, he knew.
He saw that.
Yeah.
He's a super wise assassin. But he's not invincible. He's not a Mary Sue.
No, he's not a Mary Sue.
He gets in hot water in every one of these movies. Like, there's definitely like a risk factor to all of his fights. Like, yeah, he's wearing bulletproof vest, but he just got stabbed, so
like his head's not bulletproof.
Like, his head's not bulletproof, and these guys kind of suck at headshots or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, I think that's the appeal of John Wick. Overall, it's just like, he's a cool guy, and you think he's like the biggest badass ever, but like, he does like there's no like, oh, he'll get out of this.
No, every time he gets into something, it's kind of like, oh, is this going to be the part?
This is going to be the part, yeah. Especially when you didn't, like, back when nobody knew that this was going to be, like, a quadrilogy or a
I'm willing to bet there'll be
trilogy.
5.
I don't know. All I remember from 3 is thinking, like, oh, I thought this was it. And then it ends, and it's, like, huge cliffhanger.
Ah.
And I'm like, there's going to be more?
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later, honestly. Like,
yeah.
But overall, like, John Wick is very good. If you're new to action movies or you want to get into them, John Wick, Point Break, Roadhouse, Big Trouble in Little China.
Haven't seen that one.
Total Last Action Hero. All very good. Those are like 80s ones. But as a the best modern action movie is either this or Collateral.
I haven't seen that one either.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Scientologist.
Mission Impossible. Those movies are really good too for like action movies, but like those are like more like adventure action movies.
Oh, like 007 movies?
No. Well, yes.
Oh, another action movie I want to watch is Kingsman.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we can watch it.
Yeah.
The first one's good, I know.
I also just thinking of Daniel Craig. I want to watch Glass Onion.
Oh yeah, we have that.
We got Knives Out.
We can check that out. All right, Lauren. So obvious good screen for this. So yeah, Lauren, obvious good screen for this one.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the last part of our show. Which is screenless shout out.
Well, no, you said there was a huge big copy and paste.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Russell,
oh goodness gracious.
What the heck?
All right, so there was a section of the Wikipedia article for John Wick that was called Thematic Analysis. And I was like, wow, this is going to be hard to read. So, Professor Anne C. Hall wrote that John Wick, or the movie, or the character, is a postmodern epic hero in a contemporary epic universe.
Mm-hmm.
She believed that the John Wick franchise satisfies all but one of the 6 requirements to be classified as an epic.
Oh.
The imposing hero is of a national or international importance and legendary significance. The setting is vast. Eventually it gets vast.
Mm-hmm.
The hero conducts great deeds of valor or superhuman courage. The tale involves powerful forces and characters speak in stylized ways.
Yeah, cheesy.
However, it fails the requirement of objectivity, as Wick is the protagonist and generally presented positively.
Mm.
In this way, Hall links the film's narrative to elements of samurai lore, Russian folktales, and historical epics from Christianity, ancient Greece, and Rome, and the Mediterranean. Dr. Wayne Wong wrote that Stahelski and Reeves have collaborated through their careers with choreographers familiar with action in kung fu films such as, not going to say that name, and Tiger Chen.
Okay.
And John Wick can be seen as a synthesis of Eastern and Western action styles.
I see that.
Yeah. Hall also analyzed Wick from the perspective of Reeves' personal life. She believed that the character and hero share many characteristics that Reeves, in the vein of epic heroes, faced obstacles in his career, but persisted with acting despite criticism, and faced personal trials of both courage and loss that inspire his character and make audiences sympathetic to him. Professor Lisa Coulthard and author Lindsay Steenberg agreed that Reeves and Wick's personalities are almost interchangeable, sharing a similar mixed-race background, personal tragedies, professionalism, and an inherent likability, all of which adds authenticity to the character and film.
Yeah. Now that you've mentioned that about the samurai thing, because like I said, I only played the first 30 so minutes of Ishin, but so far it is kind of similar because the main character, he has just come back from a long trip after being away for a year or so because of something that's been alluded to, and now he's coming back into the fold as an act of vengeance.
Oh, okay.
So it is kind of similar. I'm going to do a video essay about how, Ishin is just like this.
Okay, sure.
No, I'm not.
All right. So, yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, I mentioned before, even before I read this part, I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that, they molded the character of John Wick to, Keanu. Not molded, but, Keanu was, perfectly cast for this because of his background and just the fact that he was kind of, on the decline, but he was very persistent about making movies, and you could tell that eventually when he started making 47 Ronin and that kind of were appearing in action movies again, he was like, okay, I'm thinking John Wick is back, just like the quote in the movie. He said, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. And then he did John Wick. So.
Yeah.
And then after that it was mostly it was a mix of drama and action movies.
Yeah.
But mostly just John Wick as the action movies. So yeah. Some romance movies, yeah. All right, so now I think we're done talking about John Wick.
Okay.
Everybody, let us know what you think about Jonathan Wiki.
Jonathan Wickathan.
Jonathan Wikipedia. And if you let us know what you think about this movie, we will talk to you about your comment on the next episode. Oops, I just bumped my microphone. On the next episode of The Good Screen. You can comment on our YouTube. That's where we like to see it the most. Or you can tweet at us on Twitter. Or you can do it on Instagram.
Send us an email.
You can send us an email.
goodscreenpod@gmail.com.
goodscreenpod@gmail.com. Or you can talk on one of the Discords, and I'll try to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, we should just make a Good Screen Discord for archival purposes and stuff.
Probably.
Not chatting, but just kind of for when we have a Patreon. Oh boy.
We have to have more than 5 subscribers.
We need to we need to have hey, as soon as someone reaches out and goes, hey, do you guys have a Patreon? I really want to support the show. I'll be like, All right, that's it. One guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it can't be Will.
It cannot be Will.
You, Will.
It can't be a sympathy.
We love you,
Patreon.
but it can't be you.
Okay. Lauren.
Russell.
What is your screenless shout out this week?
My screenless shout out this week is thrift store shopping.
Oh, yeah. We had an interesting afternoon.
We went to our local Goodwill and we had some very interesting finds.
Yes.
The first thing that I found was a very nice shirt for a local baseball team that we follow. Or not follow. Support.
I
guess we went to
our town,
yeah,
sort of.
We want to go to more games this year.
We are, yeah.
Second thing that was found, Russell approached me after he did his moseying, and he brought me this huge framed photo of it's 8 by 10.
Like felt border.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice framed photo of Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And then the third thing we found, which is right here, is a mug that says, I got 99 problems and breast milk solved 90 of them.
90% of them.
No, it just says 90
just
of
90
them.
of them?
Yeah. And we just looked at it and we said,
yeah.
Who is this for?
Who is this for? Like a baby?
Is this for the baby?
A baby drinking out of a coffee mug?
It drinks the breast milk out of the coffee mug?
Ooh, yum.
I was saying if it smelled like breast milk. It does not. It smells like an old mug.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
By the way, if you are curious about how breast milk actually tastes,
is this a question or are you telling the audience?
I'm telling the audience.
Yeah.
I have been told by reputable sources, as in women I've talked to who have breastfed.
Okay.
That breast milk is most similar in texture to almond milk. And a little bit sweet. So if you got a sweetened almond milk or maybe added a drop of vanilla to it.
Yeah.
That's what breast milk tastes like.
Do you remember that meme that was
Go enjoy your homemade breast milk, everybody.
Do you remember that? It wasn't really a meme, but that picture that went around that was someone's creamer in the work fridge. And then they wrote a post-it note on it if you've been enjoying this creamer that isn't yours, well, guess what? You've been drinking breast milk.
No.
You never saw that?
No.
This is my breast milk.
That's awesome.
I want to say that person got fired, but there are a lot of reactions to it of just a guy just guzzling
a gallon of milk. Yeah.
Okay, so your screenless shout out is
the funny things we found at the thrift store.
The funny things we found at the thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
What time are we at?
An hour.
Oh wow, we're really chatting Kathy's.
Yeah.
Okay, my screenless shout out is, well, I guess we already talked about baseball. It was going to be baseball being back.
It can still be baseball.
My screenless shout out is definitely baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall it's just the season changing to spring.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the warm weather. Today was a little bit warm.
It was.
It was refreshing.
And a few days last week were a little bit warm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird because we live in a state where it can be clearly still winter in the beginning of March, or it can just say, no, you know what, you guys have had enough. And I think that's one of these years.
I'm willing to bet if we don't get an awful snowstorm by the end of March, winter this year, as in December,
might be bad again.
It's gonna be fucking awful.
Oh, it could be, but
because we had such an easy winter this year. I only had to clear off snow in my car once all winter long.
Yeah, but I'm just excited for it to get warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have huge plans or anything. I just
Well, we do have plans in the summer.
We do have plans
baseball
in the summer.
plans in the summer. We're gonna go to Toronto for
a game. Yeah,
close to a week.
A couple days or so. Yeah, and yeah, just overall, I'm just looking forward to that. I'm hopefully my big thing this spring and summer is hopefully getting people together to play pickleball.
Yeah.
Because I really want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or even tennis. I don't give a shit. I want to do some sort of racket sport. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to be a racket sport guy.
Let's play badminton.
I really don't like badminton.
It's a racket sport. It's the only one I know how to play.
Really?
Yes, I played badminton a lot in gym class in high school.
Oh, I wasn't that great at it.
I wasn't either, but it was fun.
Something with a net. Even I'll play volleyball. I don't care.
That's the same as badminton.
Yeah, it is. without a.
But you hit the ball.
But yeah, so I'm talking to you, Will, and I know you're listening to this on your plane ride home from Scotland. You and me and 2 other people pickleball this summer, this spring or summer. Mm-hmm. We're gonna hit some dinks.
Pickleball it up.
Yep.
All
right. So I think that's gonna be our whole podcast, guys. Next week we'll be watching John Wick 2. We'll be watching John Wick 2.
John Wick, the second installment.
The chapter 2 or something like that. And
2 John, 2 Wick.
And it might be tomorrow that we watch it in real life, but it'll be next week for everyone else.
Yeah. See you then.
So yeah. I want to see if we can watch another movie. Well, we can't. We obviously can't do that tomorrow. You can't cram in 2 and then record. Yeah. Maybe the week after we can do that. 2 movies. We'll just watch. I don't know. We're talking business again. Yeah. We should probably just go.
Yeah, you should just leave.
Smack the like button and give us 5 stars. Do all the good stuff. We sound so unenthusiastic about that. Yeah, just hit the like button and give us 5 stars, guys.
Give us 5 stars.
Yeah, it would be really nice. We're starving.
You should rate and review sometime.
Yeah, rate and review. Maybe subscribe on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
All
right, but yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you again for your support and good comments and stuff. We look forward to giving you more stuff to listen to, and I still can't believe people actually listen to our podcast.
Me neither. But, it's starting. It's happening.
Is it starting?
There's
I don't know.
3 people I can think of off the top of my head that have listened to a lot of our episodes.
Yeah. So
which are Will, Skyward, and Edgar.
But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you later.
Bye.
I just got an ad for John Wick. Isn't that crazy?
The Big Brother is listening. They want to watch John Wick with us too.
Yeah.
Your FBI agent's just jealous he couldn't be here to watch it with us.
He just wanted to. Well, I mean, whatever. Yeah. All right, so we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.